Now, final presentation today at the Impact Festival. I think that's the good news and the bad news. So everybody, please come to the front, take a seat for those of you who want to join, because now my pleasure to welcome Wolfgang Gründinger. Wolfgang, you're wearing many different hats, but one big one that you're wearing today, today's still a lot, because the big one that you're wearing, you're Chief Evangelist at Enpal. This is something where you drive the energy transition forward. That's one of the big ones, right?
That's it, yeah.
That's it, that's a big one. But now you're talking about a big topic, how to start a revolution. And this is how we're going to end. We want to hear how do we kick off this revolution. Wolfgang, warm welcome here on stage. Big applause for you. Great to have you at the Impact Festival.
We know everything. There we go. We know everything about the climate crisis. We know everything about our dependence from fossil fuels and from asshole dictators. However, we don't act accordingly. Why is that? Why is the gap between knowledge and action so deep, so big? And how can we create a mass movement for sustainability, for renewable energies? So how to start a rooftop revolution? That's what I'm going to speak in the next 15 minutes. Have you seen this movie? Look Up. Don't Look Up? Yeah? Who has? Right? Oh, everyone. So you know the story, right? Leonardo DiCaprio plays this astronomy professor and his PhD student and he himself, they discover this asteroid that is going to hit the Earth, and they warn the government. They say, here is the science. We have a photograph of it. It's there. It's scientific evidence, right? And no one listens to them. Then they go to the talk shows on national TV, and no one takes them seriously. And they say, they yell, look up. So everyone knows, but no one does anything about it. It's the same with the climate crisis. It's the same with our energy independence. And even in Germany, that likes to portray itself as the leading country, quote unquote, in renewables, in solar energy, for instance, although that's very arguable. More than 80% of all homes don't have solar yet. And this number refers to private homes only, where one or two families live. For homes with many tenants, the number is even higher. So everyone knows it's economically feasible. It's, according to surveys, it's the most popular energy source. It protects the climate. There is tons of arguments for solar at home. But 80% don't do it, even though they could. Why is that? We asked thousands of people and tweaked our approach at Enpal around because we wanted to sell solar panels online, right? So how do you do that? After a few months, you find out what works and what doesn't work. So what we found out is it's a high involvement, low interest product. What does that mean? High involvement means it's high involvement. So it's high complexity. No one of our customers has ever bought a solar energy system before. They are always like the first buyer, right? Then it's very complex. No one ever has informed him or herself about what is a kilowatt peak versus kilowatt hour. What is an inverter? Which materials are the state of the art? What is lithium ions storage systems? What is that? People just don't know, and why should they? Energy always flew into their home and out. They didn't have to worry about that. So it's a very complex product. Then it's high costs. You pay easily for the most basic solar energy system 15,000 euros, including a storage system and the wall box, which is the e-charging station for the e-car, even more, up to 50,000 euros and more. That's the second or third most expensive investment in their entire lifetime after their home and after the car, sometimes before the car. So you don't really spend that amount of money overnight. And high commitment is not just a fast-moving consumer good like a Coke that you once consume and then next day you decide differently. It will be mounted on your rooftop of your home, which is your baby, so to speak, and will be there for 30 years. It's almost a lifetime decision. You don't do that overnight. And then low interest. That means low urgency. Of course, since February 24, people realized, okay, they want to get energy independent now, better yesterday. But still, even today, it doesn't matter so much if you do it today or tomorrow. So you postpone the decision to tomorrow, and then the next day, and then next week, and then perhaps you just postpone it forever. So it's low urgency. Low knowledge. As I told you before, people don't know what an inverter is, what kilowatt peak is, what a good price is. They don't have really, they don't know the best installer in town. They just don't know. It's a very complex product, it's high involvement, it's low interest. And how did we still manage to create a company that was able to disrupt the traditional fragmented solar energy market in Germany and build the first green tech unicorn and now the largest PV installer in the country? Well, perhaps because we found this video online of the dancing guy. Who knows the dancing guy? Only a few people. I'm showing this video now for a year and no one knows it. It's fantastic. Okay, even better because you have to see this. Do I have to click again? Oh yeah.
If you've learned a lot about leadership and making a movement, then let's watch a movement happen start to finish in under 3 minutes and dissect some lessons. First, of course, a leader needs the guts to stand alone and look ridiculous. But what he's doing is so simple, it's almost instructional. This is key. You must be easy to follow. Now here comes the first follower with a crucial role. He publicly shows everyone else how to follow. Notice how the leader embraces him as an equal. So it's not about the leader anymore, it's about them, plural. Notice how he's calling to his friends to join in. So it takes guts to be a first follower. You stand out and you brave ridicule yourself. Being a first follower is an underappreciated form of leadership. The first follower transforms a lone nut into a leader. If the leader is the flint, the first follower is the spark that really makes the fire. Now here's the second follower. This is a turning point. It's proof the first has done well. Now it's not a lone nut and it's not two nuts. 3 is a crowd and a crowd is news. A movement must be public. Make sure outsiders see more than just the leader. Everyone needs to see the followers because new followers emulate followers, not the leader. Now here come 2 more people, then 3 more immediately. Now we've got momentum. This is the tipping point, and now we have a movement. As more people jump in, it's no longer risky. If they were on the fence before, there's no reason not to join in now. They won't stand out, they won't be ridiculed, and they will be part of the in crowd if they hurry. And over the next minute, you'll see the rest who prefer to stay part of the crowd, because eventually they'd be ridiculed for not joining. And ladies and gentlemen, that is how a movement is made. So let's recap what we've learned. If you are a version of the shirtless dancing guy, all alone, remember the importance of nurturing your first few followers as equals, making everything clearly about the movement, not you. Be public, be easy to follow. But the biggest lesson here, did you catch it? Leadership is over-glorified. Yes, it started with the shirtless guy, and he'll get all the credit, but you saw what really happened. It was the first follower that transformed a lone nut into a leader. There's no movement without the first follower. See, we're told that we all need to be leaders, but that would be really ineffective. The best way to make a movement, if you really care, is to courageously follow and show others how to follow. When you find a lone nut doing something great, have the guts to be the first person to stand up and join in.
Yeah. I've seen this video like 100 times now and I still find it hilarious. And it's very instructing, right? This is exactly how Fridays for Future emerged. First of all, like Greta Thunberg was the new version of the shirtless dancing guy, sitting by herself in the front of the Swedish Reichstag and just showing up. Be there. First rule, be visible. People must see you, otherwise you cannot create a movement, because no one can follow you. So you must be visible, be it on the streets, be it on the internet, on social media, anywhere. Second, it must be easy to follow. At the leadership, at the dancing guy, he didn't dance waltz or salsa, because this was too challenging. He was just ridiculing himself, right? Dancing ridiculously. Everyone could join. You didn't need any specific skills. You are there, you move, and you're part of the in crowd. Same with Fridays for Future. You didn't have to sign any paper. You didn't have to pay any fee. You just go there on a Friday and you're a climate activist. That's all. You show up and you turn yourself into a Fridays for Future climate activist. And third rule, there must be some added value for yourself, some incentive. In the case of the leadership of the shirtless dancing guy, this was obviously fun and being part of the cool in-crowd, right? Same with Fridays for Future. If you ever attended a strike, then you know it's lots of fun. There is music, there is dancing. Und wer nicht hüpft, ist für Kohle. Hey, hey, hey. It's fun. You go there. And most people now build their career even upon that movement, which brings them reputation, which brings them even money in a job, which is cool. So we have an incentive to participate. And that you on the side are also protecting the climate is just a secondary benefit. That's not the original driver. That is something that comes as a nice side benefit. And this is how you convince people. We did the same with Enpal. If Greta is iconic for Fridays for Future, then Enpal is iconic for capitalism for climate. Enpal made it easy for customers. We standardized the so far very complex solar energy product, made customers pay a monthly all-inclusive fee instead of high upfront investment costs, and took over all the administrative headaches, so that customers just had to say yes, they click a button on the internet, they upload some pictures, and then they get a phone call, someone explains them the product, and then after a few weeks, someone comes along, looks at the house, looks at your basement, and then it's good to go. And you don't have to do anything else. And we are quite a special company because we solved the three main bottlenecks of solar energy in Germany. People,